told my mom I was depressed, and she goes, but you're tall. Do you think happiness is some sort of carnival ride? Is it?
It's amazing to perform in New York again. I've missed it so much. It's weird. It's definitely weird to be on stage, and I feel a little tentative, and the audience is a little tentative. There's this, strange energy in the air, but everyone's excited. People are really looking to laugh and just be out and let go, and it's exciting.
It's kind of like, it's strange in a way, but familiar, because New York is like the biggest city for comedy. We have the most comedy clubs. We're used to doing comedy nightly. You're used to doing various shows in a night, And for it to be shut down for a year, I felt like my superpowers went away.
Well, we all missed it. I think we're rusty, the crowds are a little rusty, but all in all, everybody's happy to get back. You can feel it in the air. There's a vibe, there's a happiness, there's an electricity. And that guy just handed me a bunch of drugs. This is a mushroom bar of chocolate, which I'm gonna really put down this weekend.
I've never really felt like I've been in comedy spring training, but this is it. Like, we're all a little out of shape, physically and comedically. We show up, the crowds are spaced out. There's a spring training feel to this.
Being back on stage with the audience for the first time in over a year is almost like an awkward first date with someone you went to high school with, like 10 years later after not communicating, and you're like, hey,
It's weird, because I don't know, there's no pressure. Like, people kind of know you're supposed to suck, and so it kind of gives me this freedom to just say wild bullshit.
Well, there are, look, getting out of the house already is a phenomenal thing. To just get off the couch and to come back to the city. Is it as buzzing as it was before? Look, it's New York City. There are a lot of people out. I think performing in the clubs is a little weird, because now we have to perform behind these glass boxes. And that's been really weird. It's a big adjustment.
Oh, I'm grateful the clubs are back open. The outdoor shows, the internet shows, they don't really work in the same way. Stand-up comedy kind of works best when people are crammed in and uncomfortable, because it keeps you on edge, and laughter kind of is contagious, and in a small space it sounds so much better. It's a little tougher with a third capacity. We're missing the office workers, we're missing the tourists. The city just isn't quite as vibrant right now, but it's picking up, and the comedy clubs opening are a great start to get things back together, and I hope people come out.
I'm just excited to see everyday people that I have not been able to connect with and make laugh in the room again. Like, that feels good to me. Joking around and hanging out with people that have been stuck inside for the past year. I want to laugh, I want them to laugh, and that connection feels so good in a year when we've been on Zoom and on Slack. So being able to laugh about everything that's going on, that feels like a collective sigh of relief.
Yeah, I mean, I did some Zoom shows, and they're fine, but it's not.
No, she's like smart as a whip.
It's not like doing a live show. I mean, it's kind of it's a little sad, but sometimes they're more fun than you think they're going to be. But they're not it's not like a rush.
I talk about Zoom like I was in the war. I'm like, I'm not going back to Zoom. We're done with it.
We used to tape at the table, live at the table, which is that podcast for the Comedy Cellar. And we used to tape it in person every week. And once COVID hit, we started doing it over Zoom. I think everybody's really excited to get back to the table and do it in real life again, because the energy isn't the same over the internet.
I think people are just shell-shocked from everything that's happened in the past year with COVID, with, Black Lives Matter, with politics, with everything. And it's just like people are need a minute to just ease their way into society again. So I kind of am being gentle with the audience, because I feel like some of them are really freaked out about being out and being around other people. So I'm just easing into that.
It's trippy, but I hope it gets better. I hope it doesn't close back up again, because this is what we need to create, and to create new things, and to keep our, just keep us from going crazy.
When have we needed to laugh more? So thank God the clubs are open, and it's good to be back. Gives us purpose again. You know, us comedians, we're all on the verge of suicide every 8 minutes, so now we have an outlet, which is nice.
We're such a family. We love being with each other. You know, I only laugh around comics mostly, so I haven't laughed a lot in the past year. That's honest to God truth. So even in the past couple of nights, I've laughed a lot, and it's such a relief. I'm just, even as much as I am grateful for performing, I'm so grateful to see all these people and just to be able to hang out with them and catch up, and it's just been amazing. So I'm grateful for that.
I did not see him go up at Gotham, but I heard about it, and I heard he was fun, he had new stuff, and he texted me about how exhilarating it was, and just feels good, feels good that he's doing comedy again, we're doing comedy again. Comedy's definitely back in New York. I mean, it kind of never left. We were always in the park, on a roof, in a field, in a parking lot, but it's back officially. We're getting paid again, and we're bombing again, and I realize how much I'm not good at this again.
Class is now in session.